everyone and welcome to this patch notes 1.05 update, or catch up basically. So if you have been lately living under a rock in Valorant, they added a new character called Killjoy from Germany. I will get down to her very soon when I'm done with the patch notes. Anyway, so let's go into the patch notes and see what we have. So obviously, the big one is Killjoy being added to the lineup, and I will be talking about her more in depth when I get to test her out in the range. Other updates have been some nerfs to Raze, her showstopper, which is basically her ultimate, the equip time increase from 1.1 to 1.4, quick equip time increase 0.5 to 0.7, the basically the visual effects reduced when firing rockets, and visual effects on rocket trails slightly reduced. The blast pack damage increased from 75 to 50, a very big change, and damage to objects now consistently does 600. There's been also some changes to competitive. The act ranks have now been added into the game. Patch 1.05 marks the end of competitive Act 1. Competitive Act 2 starts. And if you don't know, I will actually add my ranked every single time when a new act comes in. So I was gold 2 at the very end, and yeah. Competitive matchmaking will now have a higher chance to match solo and solo duo players against similarly sized pre-made grips at the cost of queue times being slightly longer. Rank indicators have been modified on a lot to provide more granularity into how your rank was changed. You can receive a rating decrease slightly, one down arrow. A rating decrease, 2 down arrows, and a rating greatly decreased, 3 down arrows. The match history will now show the rank you went into match with for that game versus the rank you ended the game with. You can now view your friend's career tab via the context menu in the social panel, which is over here. This means you can see your friend's rank, act rank, and match history, which is actually amazing, because games now allow the leader to select your target, game, pod, location, and see players ping to that game pod. There's been now a new game mode, and it is Deathmatch. So it's basically just like the CSGO Deathmatch, but kind of different. I will obviously get into the details. So the first one in Deathmatch, 10-player free-for-all. So it's 10 players based on 5v5, just like a normal game. Easy. First to 30 kills with a time limit of 6 minutes, no abilities at all, which is very good. I was actually quite afraid if they actually could add abilities. Luckily they didn't. You'll load in as a random agent that you own. Buy whatever weapons you want. Heavy armor is given to you automatically. Killing enemies drops health kits. Picking one up fully restores your health armor and automatically reloads your weapon. All enemies are periodically revealed on the mini-map, so we can go to the enemies and everything. Deathmatch is in beta availability will be limited to specific windows upon deployment of 1.05, with the first window starting Wednesday, August 5th, which is today. So obviously if I press play, it does not say, but at some point I think it will say it. I don't know where though, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. So quality of life changes. Players who report to other disruptive players when I receive an email if the reported player has been punished. Arriving mid-match, your rotating store offers will stop, including things you already own. That's it. I don't think I really had that change. And the bug fixes, 18 total fixes, including issues with the minimap, UI, and a few agents bugs. You could read that in the website here. So, I think this is a good chance for us to look at Killjoy. Now, obviously, so Killjoy is a sentinel, so it's basically just like, it's just like Cypher and Sage, who I think are currently the only Sentinels in the game. And the rest are either duelers, controllers, or intimate or Intidor. Yeah, which is currently only Breach and Sova as well. I actually didn't realize that. So let's look at a view contract. This is what you basically get with Killjoys. If you activate Killjoy, you're going to get a couple sprays, a card, a techie, I forgot what it's called, thing. Another spray, Killjoy herself when you reach tier 5. In chapter 2, a buddy, a Killjoy spray, genius, a card, and a skin for the shotty called the Wonder Kid, which is basically German. Onto the battle pass now, and we've already, and basically the skin you get immediately if you buy it with 1,000 Valorant points is Hive Mind Ares, which actually looks pretty sick, not gonna lie. I like it. And then I'm only gonna do up to 5. So if you want to look at 6, 10, actually no, I'll look at 10 as well. So radiant points, I'm just going to speed through these. There's a Spectre skin if you wanted, and these are the free chapter skins as well. So I'm just going to speed through this, and I will obviously stop if I want to talk about something. So the Polyfox Judge actually looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. A Polyfox Bulldog skin, and these are the free chapters. A Sheriff, and also there's also that an ID card for Killjoy. There's also a Guardian Polyfox as well. So it definitely looks like they're going full out Polyfox on some weapons. But obviously if we go over here, we got the Hive Mind Vandal, which actually looks sick. Oh my god, I actually quite like the Hive Mind skins. I got that. So there's a Hive Mind card that has basically just been represented. Got the Red Alert Bucky, which is literally just fucking red. Got the Bear Tactic Buddy, basically scouting. Got the Red Alert Stinger, which actually looks pretty cool with that shark there. And then it's an interesting one actually. Got the versus Phoenix plus Jet card, which actually looks really cool and very interesting. It definitely adds the lore to Valorant, which is not a lot of lore to be honest. So obviously Ascent was made obviously from the promo video that was shown by Valorant. Got a Red Alert Classic with actually looks possibly the best out of all the Red Alert skins. It's got the meme of the dog on the firehouse, and this is also Fine Spray, which is actually pretty funny. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good meme. Got a Red Alert Opera, which actually looks sick. Spike Buddy, got the Defy the Limits spray, which is just I think that's Mexican. I'm gonna say. Wheel Steel. We're kind of at the very end. We got a Hive Mind sword, which looks amazing. And also got a Hive Mind shorty at the very end for the only weapon skin as usual for Valorant, and got the Experiment X011 card, which is over there. So now I think this is actually a good, obviously, now a good chance to probably go into it. So obviously this is what it looks like now. You still have to play 3 matchman games to reveal your match rank, and you can also look over here and see. Obviously, I did get gold 1, but I also got gold 2 as well. So. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm probably also going to use James here for a bit to show basically what I see if I want to do this. So obviously it will show the match history. I think I can actually click on it and see actually what it is. There's gold 2 and rating increase as well. There's a little button there, a little sign there, and then obviously there's Act 1, which he did up to gold 3. He was first platinum 1, and then he went down to gold 3. And I quite like that. So, there you go, James. Well, a little shout out for you. Now, I'm going to go into the practice range, and I'm actually going to test out both Raze and Killjoy. But first, I'm going to test out Killjoy, and then I'm going to test out Raze with her nerfs. See you then. Okay, now that we're here, let's first test out Killjoy, the new agent to the game. And so we're obviously going to test all her abilities. We got her C ability.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
So this is basically just a swarm. Obviously, it does damage yourself. Actually, I kind of want to. Hang on. I don't know how. Actually, no way. I got. I actually want to check how much damage does it do.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
Okay.
grenade out.
It does a hefty lot of damage. And you only end up with 11 health if you have no armor, which is actually pretty big. So let me actually just
placing swarm grenade.
Swarm
grenade out.
Okay. And then we're gonna her Q ability.
Alarm bot out.
So I think this is so someone like walks in like this, it will get noticed. And then yeah, they will just get they just have to shoot down that. I think that's what I think that's what it is. I don't know. And I think this is originally her X ability, but for me it's mouse button 5. This is basically her turret.
Bot coming back.
Also, I forgot. I actually don't know how much damage this does. So I'm gonna say this does like 50 damage. I think. No, that's actually quite a lot. I think it's like 20 damage. So not a lot of damage. It doesn't like insta-kill you, obviously, but it does chip away your health, and it doesn't. Obviously, I think it does hit a character. I'm gonna say. Now, let me just.
Recalling my bot.
There you go. I think it probably does. I'm gonna say 20 damage. I'm gonna say. I don't really know, but I need to check on that. And this is her ultimate.
Initiated.
So this is basically just a full-on. This is basically just like a shockwave, basically. So it will, I think, it will take away their health. It will make them slower. It's basically just a huge EMP. So think of that. If you don't watch that, think of that as Sombra. If you don't know about Overwatch, Overwatch is pretty bad anyways. Sombra has an ultimate that EMPs anyone in a radius. It's basically that, but much bigger, and has a slower, basically just slower starting time. So in my opinion, I think Killjoy is possibly a very good, character. I think she's gonna be very viable in certain maps. Obviously, I don't think in all maps, unlike Breach or Sage. For mostly maybe just possibly more than Cypher. But I think she's very viable. She's a great character, and I really like her abilities. Obviously, people are quite outraged, or not really outraged, but just not that happy with the turret. I just say to them, well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it doesn't do a lot of damage anyways, that's what I've been told. I actually don't know how much damage it actually does. I actually need to check on that, shall we? So let's do this. So you can actually rotate it. If you click on secondary fire. So
Turret out.
Damage. This is 100 health bots. That's actually not a lot of damage.
Recalling my bot.
That's actually not a lot of damage. I think that counts like 5 times, like 5 shots. So it's obviously it's a semi-automatic rifle.
or weapon basically, or ability, it doesn't do a lot of damage. So don't worry about that. Yeah, so yeah, you see bot armor disabled. So it's pretty like pretty easy, not gonna lie. I think it does, yeah, it does quite, it does very few damage. See about this.
Placing
about
swarm
this
grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Yeah, insta kills, my god. Let's do it. So let's do
Placing
it.
alarm bot. Found them.
Obviously, I think if I go behind a wall, it will alert, I think. I don't know, hang on, let me...
Alarm bot out.
Oh crap, actually yeah, I need
Bot
to...
coming back.
So...
Placing alarm bot. Found them.
I have this purple, there's like this little circle in the chest, so obviously it'll be easy to tell who got spotted. I think Killjoy will also yell out where it is, so where the agent was spotted. So yeah, I'll also try and upload this maybe on the weekend or either maybe today, which is on a Wednesday. If I can't, then that's pretty bad. So obviously let's now go on to Raze, and the other character who got changed in this patch, and is mostly her showstopper. Hang on.
Sorry about that. So it's the showstopper and her key ability. So it does 50 damage. And let's have a look at the showstopper. See, it's much longer.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Satchel out. Satchel out.
You really need to have like a direct.
Satchel out. Here comes the party.
Wait, hang on.
Here comes the party.
So that took like 3 seconds. So that took 3 seconds. Basically just for that, just to load up. Anyways, obviously it's now time for the basically their the tier list maker. I'm going to try and find one. If I can't find one, I will just try. I will list them up in basically in a notepad, and yeah. So it'll be just my opinion, obviously. So yeah, maybe I should probably do this more often, maybe if another patch comes up. So I'm gonna try and find one. If I can't find one, I'll use Notepad. Okay, I actually have no idea how, but I actually found one with Killjoy. I have no clue how I found one, but I did. So actually, wait, hang on. Okay, so I'm actually using my video to like basically show my previous tier list. So this was my previous tier list without any changes, I do not think. Yeah, so with no changes, I put Cypher Arena and Sage on S, Breach, Brimstone, Viper, and Raze on A, Omen, Phoenix and Jet and B, and Sova in C. It's mostly going to be the same, but it's obviously going to be with some changes. So Viper, I previously put on A. I'm actually going to put Viper on A as well. Still, nothing has really changed for Viper. Still relatively the same. I quite like her. I'm going to leave Killjoy for last. Raze, I'm going to put her on B. I think she's definitely going down. So this is just only my opinion, and I'm also going to try to put this also with my Elo. She's definitely not as OP as she was. Her recovery, her time to basically load the gun, is pretty slow. And like and also damage, I think for her mines is 4 mines. So yeah, her blast pack, the damage decrease from 35 to 50. Or is that her? Wait, hang on. I was just checking if I actually got the blast pack right. I did. Thank God. Okay, so Yeah, obviously with her damage having increased from 75 to 50, and her showstopper, the equip time increased from 1.1 to 1.4 seconds, and the quick equip time now being increased from 0.5 to 0.7 is very, very valuable time lost for Raze when using her. Also, I think she's definitely going down. Sage, obviously saw an S here. Very, like, basically just a must pick in the elo, because obviously compared to play, just like, I think I said this earlier in the last video I did, Sage is a base must pick because, oh god, because like it's basically like it needs to be a must pick. It has to be a must pick. Is pro players they just most digitally just get headshots, so what's even the point? And they have actually worked without Sage comps and have been actually pretty good. So Sage is still a solid S. Breach is still gonna be a solid A tier. Nothing's really changed about him. Along with like Killjoy and Raze, I don't think anything's really changed. Brimstone, I think it's probably still gonna be an A. Most of it's gonna be the same as well, so nothing really big change. Omen's probably still gonna be a B. I think I chose B last time. I did for Omen. Maybe the turret. I think maybe Killjoy will probably be a good counter to Omen, but I don't know. Rena, I had S originally on her. I'm gonna put her on A tier. Um, I think Killjoy will be a pretty good counter to her because, like the oh, what's it called again? There's the Wasp. Hang on. So yeah, so her Nano Swarm. I think that's probably going to be a good counter to her because obviously Renas are very, very aggressive, like super aggressive, and they normally just try and get kills much as they possibly can. Obviously, sometimes it doesn't really work out that well. Sova, I think he's still C. Absolutely, I do not like Sova at all. Phoenix, I think he's going to be a solid B tier still. Nothing really changed. Still there. Jet also going to be the same for B. Cypher also going to be an S. Now, last one is going to be obviously Killjoy. Now, as what I can see by her abilities are very, very, very good. Her Nano Swarm is a very good counter in choke points and basically just main entries and everywhere. So she could just block off a doorway easily with her Nano Swarm, and including with her turret and alarm bot. Her lockdown ult, it can be countered very, very easily because you can, it can be destroyed by enemies because it has a long wind up. So her ult isn't that great, but obviously if you just can't kill her, if you can't just kill an inside, then what's going to play? Even a Killjoy maybe just camping there near the lockdown, so I don't think it really matters. But yeah, it's kind of really it. Sure, very, very good on basically just sorry, basically just entering sites. For example, on B, B long. I think it was on. I think on Ascent. I think that's what it's called. Shit. You could just yeet her turret, and I think it will walk. I can't remember. I don't think it will though. But you can just camp it like into an inside corner, and if someone notices, they can just shoot down easily. Her alarm bot is very good around corners. Detecting enemies is a vital part in Valorant, and I think she's gonna be a very, very viable character. So, Killjoy, where is she gonna be? Where is she gonna place on my tier list? I think she's gonna be a solid A tier. Definitely not powerful as what people are saying and people are thinking, but I think Killjoy is a solid A tier. She is a very good counter to most characters, obviously, um, I think Halo of Thoughts actually said quite well. If you think Killjoy is just like is OP, you either have like bad awareness or what did she say? Well, what did he say actually? Hang on, let me have a look at this video. Let me try to find it. Okay, so this is what he tweeted out. Saying the only people who will continue to say Killjoy is OP is those with bad game sense / awareness. That's actually kind of true. Because obviously, like, the turret, it's pretty loud, I think. Also, like, the alarm bot, obviously, you need to, like, if you're, like, going around corners, you really need to weigh it out more. If there's a Killjoy on the enemy team, you really need to weigh it out more. Killjoy is basically forcing you to play passively. Obviously, that's how Valorant is. Valorant is mostly very passive. Not a lot of team fights, but Killjoy now in the lineup, I think she's definitely going to deny that. Obviously, I haven't played a game with Killjoy in it. I will obviously do it when I'm actually done with this video. And yeah, so that's kind of really it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will actually leave a link to the playlist I'm actually listening to right now. I actually made it thanks to a YouTuber. I think it's Fenzi. I think it is. I can't remember. But I will leave a link to their channel on the description. I will also leave a link to my Spotify playlist as well. If I can try to find it somehow on Google. Or maybe I could do it on the Spotify app. I don't really know. But it's really, really good. I highly recommend it. And I did get inspiration from a YouTuber who actually made some banging music. Obviously from other songs as well to put into all these characters for Valorant. Sadly, some of them are missing. I remember, I think Killjoy's was missing because I gotta find it. I think another one was. I think that one was Omen. I can't remember. Raze was one of them. Not Raze. Rena was one of them, and Brimstone, I think. So, yeah, I think. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys later into another video. Goodbye.